Some people are gamers, some people are website creators, and some people just enjoy all the content other people create. But maybe we aren't taking enough advantage of all the ways we can create art and design ourselves. What if you had a list of places that make it easier for you to create than you might think was possible? By the end of this video, you'll have a nice list of bookmarks to sites that'll give you a new and interesting ways you might create or design art that you may not have known about previously. Maybe you need a little help to design a very professional looking Facebook post, or you'd like to draw something using the computer. Maybe you just need some help with color. Welcome to the Professional Amateur series on artistic and creative endeavors, where we put our extensive skills and creativity to use to help you develop your skills and get to the next level. We've been an art and creative community since 2006 with digital and 3D artists, writers, musicians, and lots more. We design websites, help people with branding and logos, and share tutorials on everything from graphics to streaming and everything in between. If you stayed at the end of this video, you're going to see several resources we've collected and curated just for you, and you'll help our channel grow. Feel free to like, subscribe, comment, and share. So yeah, time to go. Let's start our top 10. Number 1 today is going to be coolers.com, or coolers.co actually. It's one of the easiest and coolest color choosing sites on the web. Now, there's a couple of things you can do when you get to the site. You can explore already existing palettes, or you can start the generator. I'd like to show you the generator because it's really quick and really easy and kind of fun. There's a couple of little ads you can hide when you get here. Now you'll see there are 5 colors. If you move your mouse to the right side of the screen, you'll see a plus symbol, which means you can add a 6th if you choose. Each one of these, when you hover over it, you can also add colors in between there. Lots of other things, but real quickly, let's say I wanted to get rid of this color. I just hit this X, it's gone. I can view various shades of this color from light to dark if I wish. So let's just go ahead and say where we were. We can save this color to favorites if we really like it. We want to use it in more than one project. And we can drag this color anywhere we want within this particular color scheme. We can copy the hex codes, which means that FFBA49 will be in our memory on our clipboard. So we can go to a website or wherever we want, Photoshop, whatever we're using to make art, and we can say, hey, here's a really cool color code that we know what shade it is, and boom. And we can lock. Now this is important. If I hit the spacebar right now, I'm actually going to change the palette, every single color. Spacebar. But let's say I really like this green right here, this darkish pine tree green right here, and I want all the other colors to change. Well, I just locked it, and if I hit space again, all the other colors will change. Well, let's say I want to keep this blue, but I want all the rest of these to change. I'll hit spacebar again now that these two are locked, and pow. And on and on and on and on and on. And a couple of other things I want to talk about real quickly until we move on, before we move on rather, is that you can view a luminance map of what you have on the screen. So if you want everything to go from a dark to light gradient, you can rearrange them or change their luminances based on what this is telling you. But also you can look at everything you've created as a full gradient. So instead of seeing bands of color like you see right now, you can view them as if they were a gradient all the way across. Now, when you choose to explore, you're also going to see a lot of gradients that have already been created, and well, I mean, not just gradients obviously, but if you open this in the generator, I'm going to show you this one has lots of color bands. And if we view this as a gradient, check this out. Very pretty. So very useful website. Really able to come up with some great stuff with this. All right, number 2 today is going to be placeit.net. Placeit is just it's part of Envato. Envato does a lot of really cool stuff. If you're into video templates and lots of other things, there's just almost a limitless amount of things that you can get if you are subscribed to Envato Elements, for example, or you can buy one-off items from and Vado itself on their marketplace. But Place It has just all sorts of stuff. Mockups, image resources, video resources. They even have ways you can create streaming and YouTube graphics. To give you an idea what I mean by that, we could go to logos and we could create a gaming logo right now. And what you'll do is you'll see, like, if you hover over one of these, it just changes colors to give you kind of an idea of what it would look like. So let's say you have a gaming community and it's got dragons, and when you want to make a mock-up of your avatar, maybe that dragon doesn't do it for you, so they've got all these dragon clip arts over here. So you can change this dragon to this dragon instead, or this dragon instead. Okay, so your name is not Mighty Dragons. Maybe your name is Red Dragons. And let's say these colors are not what you like. I mean, these University of Miami colors maybe just don't do it for you. But as you can see, you can create some really cool things, some really cool variations. You can put your own letters and things on it. Now, what I could literally do right now is, if I have a subscription to Placeit.net, I could create this logo and make it my branding logo, put it on t-shirts, do whatever I want with it because I have paid for it. That's one of the things you can do at Placeit. Placeit is just very, very cool, very, very interesting. You can make so many things. If you want to make YouTube thumbnails, they have YouTube thumbnail generators. You can pick an example here and just sort of get an example of what you can create. But Placeit is a paid service, but it does have all kinds of freebies that you can play with and change and all of that. So I would investigate, see what you can figure out for free, and become a subscriber if you really like what they have. As you can see, there's a list of freebies. These are YouTube, and some of them are animated video logo intros for your gaming channel. So there's all kinds of free stuff here. I would definitely check out Placeit. It is a very useful place. Right. Number 3 today is Canva. Canva is like a professionally designed posts maker. You can make banners, you can make posters, you can make Facebook posts, Twitter posts, whatever you like. Any kind of publications, whatever. The templates were all designed by pros. Now, this is also a free or premium service, and that's important to know because, and since it's not coming up, we're creating one. Okay, so what you would do is say you don't want it to say working from home. You could change that text to hello there. Or you could change colors. You can hit animate and it'll give you choices of things, the way they can animate in and the way they can animate out. If you hit anything that says pro, it'll tell you you need a pro account to make that happen. Anyway, when you're done, you can download these things. In this case, even though it's animated, you can download this with a transparent background. You can there's so many different choices with Canva. I wish I could tell you all the things you can make. You can make logos, you can make animated social media posts, videos, all sorts of stuff, presentation slides, products for print, you name it, it's there. Really, really extremely useful place, and so that's why it's on the list. Number 4 today is Flip NM. Now, essentially, you can draw an animation. You can move to the next slide and draw a slight difference, and then you can move to the next slide, just like those flip animations that you might have made when you were a kid with the little flip books of paper. And just to give you an idea of what they can do, here's one. I'm just hitting this by random choice here. This is one someone has already made. We can view it, and there you go. He's made an animated GIF of flip animation that he created using Flip 'em in. Pretty neat, pretty neat. Now the next one, number 5. Excuse me. Number 5 is Pixton. Pixton is actually created for educational purposes, and it is a premium type of thing, but you can take advantage of the free for as long as you can, and I'll show you how. What you'll do is the very first thing you can do, let's say you want to make an adult male, you want him to be reasonably normally slender, you want him to be that skin tone, you want him to have lightish brownish hair. Ooh. Let's make it dark brown. It gives you a choice of what kind of hairdo you'd like. It gives you facial hair or no facial hair. That's completely up to you. What kind of shape of eyes, what kind of eyebrow thicknesses and stuff. Let's give him super thick eyebrows. We want his eye color to be kind of a light brown that you can see from a distance, unless we want green. That's pretty stark. Alright, so then we can change the nose if we like. We can give him glasses if we want, or if we don't, we can also give him an eye patch or snowboarder glasses or whatever. As you can see, pretty interesting. We can make his lips fuller or not. We can give him details like freckles and things on his face, moles, that kind of thing. They have all kinds of headgear, and I mean all kinds. They have all kinds of expressions he can have on his face. I'm not really sure that we have to have an expression, so we'll just choose this one right now so we can move on. An outfit, we'll just choose just really obvious outfit. There's his full body look. And height, let's just call him average. And when we click to the next, we've got all these poses we can put him in. We'll put him in this thumbs up pose. And we're done. Now, what you can do at this point is you can see him in a headshot, or you can see him in a full body. And these are downloads. Like, so if I download this, it's going to send me a picture of that. But now that I've created my avatar, I can create a comic, and I can title it whatever I like. Well, it's supposed to say test, but I don't have a lot of time here. Let's say we want to put him in dinosaur, like Jurassic Park style. And we want to put our character there, or other characters. We can put other characters on there. We can do so many different things. We can change colors. As you can see, our character is now an alien of some kind. What do we want? We want the focus to be directly on her and the dinosaur. If we want to give her word balloons, she can say "I," and we hit enter, and now she's saying "I." Okay. You have a lot of different face expressions you can use, and you can even give her an action like she's saying, "Oh, Godzilla!" Right? Now, our avatar is not in this picture, but that's because we didn't create it that way. But you get what you can do. Now you're thinking to yourself, okay, how is this useful to me exactly? Well, if you have a screenshotting system like I use ShareX, you could actually just choose just this graphic, and boom, you've created a graphic you can save on your computer and use on social media or anywhere else. Pretty cool. Alright, so I guess that means that we're going to move to number 6. Number 6 is auto draw. Auto draw is pretty cool. So auto draw uses artificial intelligence to try and figure out what you're drawing and help you along. So I'm going to draw a horribly kindergartenish looking, like almost like an airplane, but purposely trying to look stupid. And you'll see that a bunch of things pop up here on the very top, and I'm going to click this one, and it finishes the drawing for me. Maybe this is what you wanted to do? Okay, cool. So number 7 today is a website called Neon Flames. Now, Neon Flames is like flames in the old days in art were like neon fractal kind of deals, and this is no exception. What you're going to do is you're going to hold down your mouse button to draw. So I'm going to draw like a circle, and you can see it fills in where I pay most attention and brush more. Now I'm going to change the color to purple and put a little purple accent right here. And I'm going to put a little green right here. This is really fun to play around with, see what you can come up with. And obviously, as you can probably tell, there's ways you can download it, tweak it, share it with people, that kind of thing. So that's pretty cool. All right, so number 8 today is Lineify, or Linify. I call it Lineify because what it does is it creates line portraits. Now you can see by the inspirations down here, they have like the Mona Lisa drawn completely out of lines. I've taken a portrait that's on the internet. It's a young girl, I believe, from Afghanistan who has eerie golden eyes. And I put the link to that right here. I chose color, subtractive, and a bunch of different things, and I hit draw, and it literally draws that image as best it can with those settings out of lines, full lines, geometrically, and it can come up with some interesting stuff. What it's doing right now, subtractive is like it's taking away color from a white background, where if you do additive, it adds color to a black background. It's a totally different effect every time. So you can increase the line heaviness to make the lines thicker. You can do all kinds of interesting things with that. Okay, so number 9 today is going to be diagrams.net. I'm not going to delve too deeply into this one. If you need to make diagrams or flowcharts, I believe you can download this as well as use it here. But if you hit start, you go to a nice little page where you can create diagrams and basically pick whatever shape you want. You can resize it. You can connect them to each other with these cool little labels. And if you're a flowcharter, you'll understand this. You can save it, use it on Google Drive, do all kinds of other neat stuff. Number 10 today is Magma Studio. Magma Studio is very, very much related to another thing called Aggie.io, AGGIE.io. It's basically a painting Photoshop style piece of software that people can use all at once, and they can chat with each other. So you can have 3 people making an artwork together. So basically, if you want to try it out, you just try it out for free. It loads up, and it's basically very much like Photoshop and several other programs. Like, I'm just going to quickly grab a brush, draw a couple of things. You can change the opacity of the brush, the density of the brush. If you have a drawing tablet, you can do all that good stuff, that pressure sensitivity. Light Photoshop, you can use the bracket keys to make the brush larger or smaller. You can just a lot of the same shortcut keys that would work on programs like Photoshop would also work here. So makes it just a little easier to figure out as you go. And when you're all done, you can export. You can share the graphics that you've created. And again, if you're with other people, you can chat with them while you're drawing. And you're in control of your layer. So if I'm drawing something here and somebody else drawing something underneath, and I specifically grab something on my layer and hit erase, it only erases what's on my layer. It doesn't erase the other person's. So if you're goofing off, but the person behind you is actually making a real piece of art, you know, you can get rid of your stuff without hurting their stuff, essentially. So that's pretty cool. So at this point, we're going to give you a bonus, but this week the bonus and the shout out are going to kind of be combined. This week's bonus is going to be texturelabs.org. This is a community that's run by a guy named Brady, and just his Photoshop abilities and his assistance and his tutorials and everything that he offers are just top notch. He has textures of all kinds, and he shows you real world ways to use these textures to just generate all kinds of great graphics and things. But it's texturelabs.org, and he also has a YouTube channel for Texture Labs, which is just, let me show you his video list here. It's full of great stuff. I don't know how long he's been running. Looks like only since November of 2019. But what videos are here are all extremely good, useful. He tends to show you how to make graphics that are not one-offs. Like once you've learned the technique, you can reuse the technique in various other ways and stuff. So definitely check out Brady's work at texturelabs.org and at his YouTube channel, which is youtube.com texturelabs. So that's our bonus and our shout out for this week. At this point, we just want to say a couple of questions. How would you use resources like these? Would you create branding for yourself or others? You would maybe cartoon yourself with Pixton? Tell us in the comments what you think. By the way, we still have a pretty small YouTube presence of our own, so of course we're going to ask you to like, subscribe, comment, share, visit the ACE website. All of the engagement and interaction that you provide is appreciated more than you know. If you have any questions or you want tutorials on any particular software or just want to share an idea for what you think the next video should be about, we read all comments. At this point, just want to say thanks. Seriously, thank you for watching.